Hi, and welcome to Mom Boss Chronicles. We are your hosts. I am Jen.
I'm Sue.
And we are empowering and inspiring people through meaningful conversations. So make sure to like and subscribe to listen to great content weekly.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Mom Boss Chronicles. Jen and I are here today to talk to you guys about being a mom, a woman, or just a mom, or, just to join what it's like working in real estate and how you enter the industry of real estate and the benefits and perks of this business, because I think, it gets an interesting connotation about it sometimes, like, oh, sales, that's like, I get it. Yes, it's a grind and we hustle and we do a lot, but there's so much beauty attached to our profession too. So wanted to share with you guys some thoughts about that. If you've been thinking about maybe joining into the industry and you just, you love the idea of like homes and people and helping to marry the two, we're here to share with you our experiences. Jen's been an agent much longer than I have, but I feel like there's pretty much basically daily I'm driving around and I think, God, I'm so fucking lucky.
Which is
I'm
awesome.
so lucky.
And it's awesome because like this business is a grind. And it's funny because growing up, I never would have thought I would be in sales.
Yeah.
Ever. That was like the last thing I ever wanted, like to be in sales.
Yep.
But I just got gravitated towards it and I've been doing this since 2007. And I'm grateful I'm in this industry, but it's hard. And there's a lot of agents you would meet who would tell you like, it sucks.
Yeah.
So it's funny that you have the perspective of I'm grateful.
Yeah.
Because I feel like unless you don't know what the other side is like or what works for you, then you're going to hate it.
I mean, listen, it's a mindset, right?
Yeah.
And it is a lot of work. It is, I guess, first, you should have some self-awareness.
Yes.
What kind of person are you? Like, for me, I am a people person. I like meeting people. I like helping people. I also really like homes. I see the value in them. It is a tangible asset. I like seeing distressed homes because I see what it can
Potential,
be. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I know that stuff about myself. And so, for me,
it's a passion, like a true passion.
It really
for you.
is.
Yeah,
like,
same.
I love it.
I loved watching HGTV in the early, 2000s when all that stuff was coming out. Like, I really, really loved it. And I still do. Like, it's like something I'm like, oh, wow, that's how I got into it all.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's like, it's the spark, right? The inspiration, because it's there. And then you think to yourself, like, wow, I can really help, like, people realize their dream and help them get into their dream, or, guide them on a really serious transaction. So it's like that, there's that aspect on it. And then from the mom side, I'm super grateful because while I hustled this morning and took care of like this client stuff, showed this house or went to a listing appointment, I'm able to make baseball by 3:30.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so like,
you can set your schedule around
right,
it.
To be the master of my universe is like everything.
Totally.
Of course, you have to answer the call for your clients. But I have found truly overall in the past 4.5 years that I've been doing this, like clients are going to understand if you can't make that, like if there's a child obligation or something along those lines, like people understand
and
that.
if they don't, then they're not your client.
No.
Then that's okay. If they leave to go elsewhere, then they weren't meant to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And, like for, I guess, entry to this industry, I mean, you have to take a class.
So that's the one complaint, like good and bad, right?
Yes.
The barrier to entry to this industry, especially in New Jersey, is not that complicated.
No.
Obviously, it varies by states, but I'm pretty sure most states are like New Jersey. You do a set amount of hours learning, and then you take a state test, and then you get your license. So it's not hard to get into it in, I believe, most states, definitely not New Jersey. What I have an issue with is like what they teach you in the class is the law. That's important, but they don't teach you
like operations, like daily, like
the true negotiations. You are negotiating somebody's biggest asset. They don't teach you how to evaluate an HVAC. Not that we're supposed to, but just like things that make a home.
Right.
You don't know. Like
until you're out there.
Yeah.
And I would say I'm still learning. Like there's still so much that I'm learning. And I'm grateful for that for sure.
Yes.
But
So I wish that my one grievance with real estate, I would love to see this change. You do the hours, you do your tests. Yes, super important. But I wish there was some required mentorship.
Yes.
Because in the beginning, I knew I didn't know anything. So I purposely hitched myself to an agent who was experienced. And I was so grateful to be mentored by somebody who had been in the industry. That's what I know I needed.
Right.
And I did it. And same with you.
But that's good that you did that. Because other folks may not know to do that or may feel like, oh, but I should probably really know this stuff because I took the test. Or something.
Because they say I'm an agent. But it's so complicated. And when you get a transaction and, you know, it's more than just showing a house. You show the house.
Yeah.
You evaluate its worth. You then not only do you evaluate the worth based on the comps, you also have to evaluate based on what other people might want it today.
Yes.
Forget about what things have sold or what is the interest right now. Then you have to guide your client on that. Then you have to write it up. Then you have to sell your client. And then once you do that, then you have to...
attorney review. There's a lot.
Inspection.
Yes.
So there's a lot. And if you don't know what you're doing, it can be so stressful.
Things can go
and
off
you
the
can
rails.
mess things up for the consumer.
Yep.
So it kind of breaks my heart that people don't have confidence in the agents.
Right.
Because there are some amazing ones who can keep a deal together and their worth is like 1,000,000 times.
Right.
But I get it if you do end up with that agent who doesn't know how to help you navigate that transaction.
Right.
So if you're a new agent, want to get in, my biggest thing would be definitely partner up, team up, find somebody who's going to mentor you.
Yeah.
It's so important.
Well, I think that is a huge part of my success was that I joined a team.
Yeah.
I didn't try to go in as an individual agent. And I honestly, it was by accident because I didn't think it through.
Yeah.
I didn't know any better.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't want to do
I'm
corporate.
I'm done.
So I'm going to real estate.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And so for me, like joining a team was really it's a good coincidence.
Yes.
I didn't know the difference between being on a team or joining a brokerage as an individual.
Yes.
You know? So, and just for anyone who doesn't know, if you can join a brokerage as an individual, you're probably going to get a bigger split at the end of the day in
you
your
can
commission.
earn more in commission.
However, you are really kind of on your own. You may be provided a mentor, but otherwise you're doing all of the paperwork on your own. You're doing your marketing. You're doing a lot of stuff by yourself, which I think is a little overwhelming as a new agent.
Yes.
Because you don't know what you don't know.
I know.
If you join a team in the very beginning, you're not only getting you're getting guidance, you're getting administrative help, you're getting, help with the transaction, marketing.
And even one of the benefits of the team is like if you are away or something's happening, your team members are able to pitch up and be like, I'll do that open house or I'll do the showing. Right. Or I'll go to that appointment. And it's such a beautiful thing because in the beginning,
you need the camaraderie.
Yes.
And you feel like you're part of something as opposed to being like by yourself, And I think our particular situation, like we get leads and, there's a special part of that really helps build the business. And then like having accessibility to your team members to ask questions or to commiserate or to be like, oh my God, have you guys experienced this before? What did you do in this situation? Right?
Totally.
So,
and in real estate, there's ups and downs. And when you're going through the downs, one of my favorite things about being on a team is being like, I would take it personal. Like this deal died or this person, fired me or something went wrong. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm the worst. And somebody being like, I went through that. You're not alone or I'm going through that or it happens. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like,
right. There's a beautiful part to that. And perhaps, in some cases for somebody when they amass enough experience and feeling more confident, okay, then you go out on your own and you know what systems you need to build out for yourself. But to start, if you really are serious about it and you want to set yourself up for success, 100% join a team.
1,000.
Yeah, because it really is like crucially beneficial.
Yes. You're gonna they give you that confidence and you're gonna sell more. Don't worry about how the commission being different. At the end of the day, it's not about that. It's about how much more you can earn because you're getting the right guidance.
You think about it like you're not earning so much off the bat, but you're investing in yourself in a way.
1,000%. Yeah.
You're getting educated.
Yeah.
You're getting someone holding your hand.
Yeah.
You're getting someone taking care of things for you so that you can focus on building.
Yeah, and holding you accountable because it's that industry where you don't get paid till closing. Yeah. So it's not like you have set hours. So it's very easy if you're not on a team to just be like la-di-da.
Yeah.
But if you're on a team, they could be like, what are you doing? Did you follow up?
Yeah,
are you doing the activities you need to do to find those clients?
Right.
So it's really important to have somebody kind of hold you responsible because nobody's paying you and you're not clocking in hours, but you need to do activities if you want to have a closing.
Right.
So yeah.
So that is the grind part, but I love it.
I do too,
mean, comparatively to other things I could be doing.
Yeah. I mean, obviously I've been doing this since 2007, so obviously I love it now.
Right.
And I opened a brokerage with my husband, so I do believe in it. And it's funny because before I got into real estate, I used to think I wanted to be a teacher.
Yeah.
And it's just because I really do like helping people and working with them. But I also really like the idea of having time off in the summer to be with my kids.
Right.
And one of the beautiful things in real estate is, no, I don't take the whole summer off, but I'm able to take a chunk of time off. And whereas if you're in a normal job, you only have 10 days or 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Right.
And if it runs out,
and you're begging out, and you're begging for it. And if a colleague already requested that time off and you can't,
So I feel like it's really cool because I'm able to conform my schedule to what I need.
Yes.
And I have my husband too, so it's nice and helpful. But I mean, if you don't have a spouse who's in it, that's fine. That's when you should make friends with a team, and work off of each other.
Right.
because it's so important.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I think like we both kind of touched upon it is like in this industry, it's the fulfilling feeling at closing because you helped guide people who are
clueless. I mean, how many? I was clueless when I first bought a home.
Right.
Like the normal consumer out there.
No.
Even with selling, if you've bought a home before, it's a process that you're not used to. So you don't understand. There's so many nuances.
Yeah.
You have to deal with
how
the town.
to ask for something.
Right?
Yeah.
There's home inspections, town inspections. Like there's there's emotions.
Yeah.
Buying and selling is emotional.
Yep.
Like, so you're going to get emotions from the buyer, from the seller. So as an agent, you are literally there to oversee it all.
Yeah.
But it is rewarding once you succeed. What I love is like making people's real estate dreams come true. Because I realized in the beginning what my dream home may be or my dream scenario is not somebody else's, but understanding what their dream is and then helping them get to that.
Right.
I was like, oh, that's cool. I was able to help you get your dream.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. It's so fulfilling at the end of the day.
And I love, same thing with you. I love looking at distressed homes. Like I'm obsessed with seeing homes turn around. And we're both.
Like if you think of like, yes, we want to see that because we want our communities to be enhanced.
To get better.
And beautified. Yes. You know?
And I think we're great agents because like a lot of people are like, I don't want this house. The tiles are old or it's so dated. And I'm the agent who will tell you, yes, it is. But did you know the roof is new? Do you know that the plumbing, the electrical has been upgraded? Don't just look at the flashy objects. Let's look at the location. Let's look at the whole picture here. And let me tell you why this is a good home.
Yep, exactly. I recently just had something like that. I'm like, well, they just redid the roof. Yes. All the HVAC is
like
new.
on the unsexy parts. Like I know this
things that you're not seeing. Yeah. You don't see it. So
but
you
as
don't
somebody
know.
who is an agent, who I know these things behind the scenes totally matter.
Yeah, because that's like $60,000 to $70,000 right there. Yeah. Yeah.
It's just and a lot of people don't get that.
Right.
That's why we're there to help.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's a really cool career for definitely moms, like because of the flexibility. But it's one of those things too, where if you're on vacation, you may have to take calls, and that's okay.
Honestly,
right?
I hated taking a call or an email when I worked in corporate.
Oh, you were resentful. You're like,
I was so like, leave me the fuck alone. This is actually really my private time.
That's my clocked out time. You only got a set amount of time.
Exactly.
You're like, I only got these days, so please leave me alone on these days.
I'm totally fine to answer calls, answer emails. Like if I got to take care of a couple things on, like for an hour or two on the.
I know
I'm
people
totally
will
fine
be
by
like,
that.
aren't you upset that you have to do this or your husband's doing it? No, because like truly,
it's for me.
There's like 10 hours in the day that we're doing stuff. So if I have to take an hour, he has to take an hour. That's okay. Then we're going to go back and
100%.
And work is why we're here.
Right.
Sometimes my kids say something. I'm like, I'm answering this call.
Yeah.
And like, you should be happy that I'm answering this call. And this is why we're on this vacation. So let me take the call.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah. It's like total. It's all good.
And I think they respect that grind.
Right.
They're like, oh, my mom is working hard.
I mean, overall, like I work every day, right? And I'm okay with that. You know, some days it's a long day and some days it's a shorter day.
Totally.
But like I manage my schedule the way that works for me and my family. You know, what I do on a daily basis may be different than what you do or somebody else does. But the basis is we control our day. Yeah. You know, and like I love that.
Me too. I can go to Pilates at 10 o'clock if I want to, if I built it around it.
Yeah.
And the other cool thing about real estate, one of the things that I did love about it, I didn't want to be a teacher too, because don't tell me I can only make X.
Yes.
Don't tell me that's it.
Yep.
I love real estate because I love the ability to make unlimited income.
Yeah.
And it's tough because some years you're going to work as hard as the year before and you're not going to make what you made the year before. But other years you're going to exceed it. So it's kind of a give and take. And it's really cool that you control your own destiny.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that.
Right?
Yes.
Like, it's like, don't tell me that's my cap.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, all right, we'll grind a little harder. Let's go. You know, like, I got this. I can do it.
So it's one of those things where it's really cool that the income is unlimited or your threshold. Maybe some years you're going to go super hard.
Yep.
And then other years you're going to pull it back
Well, that's it. Maybe, like, whatever season of life you're in with your children at that time requires you to be a little more present and focused on what they're doing. Yeah. And that's okay. Yeah. Because you're still...
Yeah, you could rev it up or rev it down.
Right. And no one's making you feel bad about it. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
You're being what you need to be at that time.
Which is so cool. Like, I really do appreciate that about real estate. Yeah. Like, it's not your salaried job, but it's commission. And I do like the unlimited.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where you do have to know, as a realtor, you don't get paid till closing.
Yep.
Like, so yes, you put in hours, you're showing people, and it's not going to work out.
Yeah.
But it does give you that, like, tough skin of, like, it's okay. Things don't always work out the way you envision it to. But for every, person I showed who didn't buy, I gained so much knowledge in the market.
Of course. Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Like I didn't see that as a waste.
No.
Like we saw these homes and now I understand what homes are selling for in this neighborhood
Yep.
or what this is. Like,
I've had so many people like, I'm so sorry. Like, I think we're going to take a step back. I'm sorry we wasted your time. Like, do not ever look at
Right.
it like that. You did not waste my time. I, enjoyed being out with you. I got to see
in-
what's out
yes.
in the inventory. Like, it's okay.
especially as a seller's agent, because
Right.
like people are like, oh, do you list or help buyers? I do both
Yep.
because as a listing agent, it's so important to know what buyers are seeing
Uh-huh.
out there.
Yeah.
And
And what
you're-
they're saying.
right?
Seeing, saying, feeling, you know.
You're a
Yeah.
better listing agent when you actually show buyers too.
Yep. I love both. I
Right?
don't. I couldn't.
Imagine
Maybe
if you picked-
Gary asked me when I first started, "What do you want to be?" I'm like, I don't know. What was
Both?
the thing. Like
Yeah.
both.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I do both? You know,
Totally.
And I love both.
Same.
Like, it's
and
great.
they both have their unique perks.
Yep.
And they both have their unique setbacks.
Yep.
But working both is so important, I feel
Yeah.
like. Because then you could see what the other side's like.
Right.
And you could even help the buyer.
the
Hey,
full
by the
picture.
way, I helped a seller who had multiple offers and this was happening. Or,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So well rounded.
but, you know, it's really cool. It is stressful. But what job isn't,
No.
right? Like,
right.
think
Well, it's
about-
like pick your stress, right? Like what?
But hard.
Right.
Yeah. Pick your hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do have to talk to people. You will get rejected, but that's okay. You're moving
Right.
on. You're going to find people to
And
help
that,
you.
like what you were saying, like that's a mindset. You got to have thick skin, like you said,
Yes.
and have a good mindset in that, like you know what you bring to the table.
Yes.
You did your part, and sometimes things just don't pan out. They don't work out. It has nothing to do with you. Most 99, unless you're an asshole, but don't be.
Yes.
But like 99% of the time, if something happened, and it's okay. Move
Totally.
on. There's going to be another deal right down the pike.
And the mindset thing was so important when I first got in this industry. I will have to admit, I was young. I was in my 20s and I didn't have the right mindset.
Mm-hmm.
So I purposely sought out books and stuff to help me with the mindset.
Yeah.
And then I felt like, damn, this helped me in all areas of my life,
Yeah.
not just work. But then I was able to change my focus and my mindset on everything I took on. And then that became beautiful.
Yep.
So I feel like real estate could make you a better person all around.
Right.
Like, because you're going to have to be in that positive mindset and it carries with you everywhere.
Yeah. An abundant mindset,
And
right?
how many
Yeah.
amazing realtors have we met? Like,
Oh my God, so
right?
many.
Like I'm
so
so
many.
grateful to network and get to like you're an amazing realtor I
Yeah,
get to work
thank
with.
you. Me too.
Yes, and like they inspire me.
Yep.
So it's really cool to be in an industry where you do meet other people who are doing big things and you're like, thank you for being my inspiration.
Yeah, truly.
Right?
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
and it's so cool because if you do like the properties, like thank you for being my inspiration to go out there and renovate homes. Thank you for being my inspiration to like to take on these dreams that I would have
Right.
never fulfilled if I didn't see somebody else doing it
Yeah.
with me.
Or someone like hustling super hard and you're like, oh man, I got to keep up.
Right?
With this
Like if
person.
she could
Yes.
do it, I could
Yeah,
do it.
Right.
And I was so grateful because when I first got in, I did have friends like that in the industry who were killing it, and they were my inspiration.
Yep.
And I still do,
love
and it's
that.
just like amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like so cool that you get to be in a field where you get to have access to people who are doing really awesome things.
Realtor girl gang.
Yes. So you have to be careful who you hit your wagon to, right?
Uh-huh.
Because there are agents out there, because some, like the stats crazy, like 10% of the agents do 90% of the business.
Yep.
So you have to be careful because some of the agents will have that negative connotation and
Yes.
mindset, but you want to attract yourself to the people who are.
Right. Who are like, yes, let's go every day. Wake up.
Because there's things we can control and things we can't.
Yeah.
Like right now, we're in a market where the interest rates are high. Can't control that.
Nope.
Can't control that.
Right.
But what we can control is people who still want to buy and sell. A lot of people have changed their position because they're like, I don't want to give up my rate. I get it, but let me find the ones that do.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's like, let me control what I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Completely. I don't know if you guys want to, if you're out there, you're thinking about it, you just let us know and we'll talk you through everything.
Yeah, it's been definitely an interesting journey in real estate. And like we both said, we love it.
Yeah.
It's something that I'm so grateful that I get to do as a mom, as a woman. I love it. So if you guys have questions, let us know. If you're thinking about getting into real estate, have questions on real estate, we are here. This is definitely our passion, as you can tell.
Yes. Yes.
So thank you all so much for listening. Make sure to like and subscribe and have a great day.
See you next week.